everybody. Welcome to another episode of GEB Podcast. Woo! Let's get pumped, boys. We are still quarantining for episode number 52. I want to say it is. How are you guys doing? How's your quarantine life going?
All right.
Slowly.
I've been going to the beach. I went on trails, dude. There's like no one out there. It's just a fucking perfect time to be out and about.
Is that a thing you would suggest to people to go out and see the world right now?
Yeah, why not?
Do the exact opposite of what we're supposed to be doing.
What else is there to
do? There have actually been a lot of trails around my house that got closed down. There was one in particular that's a kind of a long trail, maybe like 3 miles long. And I get in about a quarter of a mile in. There's like a staircase. I go down and I start the trail. And so I went to go for a run. I went down the stairs, went down the trail, got the rest of the way, so all 3 miles to the very end. And then I saw a barricade that said trail closed. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know. I ran this whole way. I didn't see any signs. I felt like such an asshole. You know, like somebody probably saw me and was like, people are still on the trails. They're not
God, this asshole.
The regulations, and I'm like, no, I want to respect it. I didn't know. I got recorded probably and posted on some like community website.
Have you seen this man? Avoid him.
Yeah. All the social currency I gained in my community is gone.
The social currency.
Yeah, it's all gone. Yeah, but I went out for a bike ride today. I need to. I mean, I want to see people. I want to hang out. It's funny to have a moment where I would be like, oh yeah, I would go down to the local bar, maybe grab some food, say hi to like my favorite bartenders. Shout out Blind Donkey in Pasadena.
Woo,
but yeah, like you just can't do that. That's not a thing you can just go and do. So that's really weird.
What's been the most the biggest or most noticeable change since quarantine for you guys?
I mean, we're deep in it, so at this point, you can really take a stock, right?
Yeah,
it's the hanging out with friends is the biggest change. It's just, well, can't do that today.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut you off. Because I have a thing like once a week I'm gonna go out. At least I have to, like I'm gonna go out and hang out with somebody out there, and I don't care who. But once a week I'm gonna do it. But now it's just okay. This is a long ass week, you know. Like I just haven't got to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys been? I've been getting confused about what day it is a lot. Like weekends. And I mean, I never really had weekends. What I do is a job because I don't work a 9 to 5. But even still, it's like I still had people's lives that I would be involved with, and they had weekends, and we would work weekends. So you had a sense of weekends, but they don't feel like they exist.
If anything, you probably worked weekends even more, right?
Yeah. Now it's. Just trying to fill the time, you know. It's fun. It's great. It feels like when I was a teenager and I didn't have any responsibilities, except I do. Except I do have bills. Yeah, like I feel like I have this free time to be creative, and we've been working so hard on this channel and creating content.
I just feel like every day I'm talking to Slunk. What are you doing today, Slunk? What's on the menu for today?
What about you, Percy?
So one of the things we would always do every Friday, we do date night. Go out somewhere. We don't want to be home. Well, you know, can't go anywhere. So now,
you in Oreo?
Oh yeah. So now, what we do is like we cook our meal, but we eat it in the dining room to make it a little different and special because that's the nice area.
That's a date night.
Yeah, date night got moved to the dining room instead of the kitchen. But.
See,
are you cooking?
Yeah,
I got it.
Oh, cooking a lot more.
What's the last thing?
The next date night, I got a plan for you. You're gonna be You're gonna go get a driving wheel, like a car steering wheel from somewhere, and you're gonna watch a movie in the living room with the car. It's gonna be your driving experience. You see, you can make some popcorn. You can pay $15 to your dad and tell him to give you a thing of popcorn. It's just like the experience.
Does anybody have a Power Wheel? Trying to make that work.
Just cut off the front and put that in front of you.
What about you, Dwayne? Any besides loneliness?
It's really just like filling the time, like you said, like trying to come up with something. Do you want to reinvent yourself today? Do you want to work on some personal thing? Do you want to just relax? Do you want to catch up on all the media that you don't watch? Do you want to play some games? Do you want to chat people up? I don't know. It's
like actually chat people up. Like that's there's no more. You have to talk.
You have to call people up. Yeah. It's
kind of weird. It's
so weird.
I've been texting and Instagramming a lot more. Like before, I felt like I did, but now I notice it more because that's my contact to everyone besides Discord. Remember to turn on Discord in case you're paying attention and you want to get some fun things out there. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty much the same for me. Besides the once a week hanging out. More checks. More gramming.
My friend who is she doesn't listen to the podcast. I can talk about it. She's no, not shit at all. She's just single and she's like dating, right? So she was kind of like, I'm just gonna ride this out. It's gonna be chill, whatever. I have to figure things out and be one with myself. And then a few weeks later, it's like, man, I need to go on a date. Like I need
social interactions.
I was dating before this. I still have the urge to date. And so, she gave in, installed Tinder and was like swiping. And just kind of how the landscape has changed because fuckboys can't come over anymore because of COVID-19. So she's actually running risk. Yeah. So it's like everybody has to clap. It's and it's been different. There's a lot less people kind of with that sort of attitude on there because they're not going to go over and risk it. But she did talk. Is it worth it? She did, I mean, I don't know, man. That's up to you. I don't know if you got a grandma you talk to in person, but but she did match with some people and have some conversations, and she was having real conversations. She would call people and you'd talk to them on the phone for hours, because you're not going to see each other, but you like each other. You want to meet. So the best next alternative is to actually have real in-depth conversations on the phone where you're not going to get laid. At the end, you're not driven by this motivation of I gotta keep it.
That motivation is still there. It's like,
still there. You think it's gone? Come on now.
But it's not right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's not.
You're playing
the carrot's on a longer stick.
Yeah.
But they want that carrot. They don't give a fuck how far away that is.
Yeah, the long game.
It's only 6 months until we could possibly maybe see people again.
And then just to be ghosted, boom.
Just to be ghosted.
Yeah.
To be disappointed.
After all that, goddamn
it. Man, 6 months talking to this person, finally met him. Ugh. That would be really upsetting.
Nothing like your picture.
That'd be the worst part of it.
Yeah, it's true. And we did talk about that. We're like, man, I hope it's worth it. It's like, yep, I know. No illusions about reality. But if that friend does end up listening to this podcast, appreciate you, friend. Thank you for letting me tell your story.
My friend. Thank you, friend.
Yeah. So dating has been affected by COVID-19.
Longer.
So I'm trying to think of what there needs to be an app of people that have COVID-19 looking for dates because they can hook up with people.
that
I
also
have it,
have
right?
Might be onto something there.
Right?
All right, let's stop this podcast right now. Let's get
Sick people need love
Adding
too.
that right in
Right?
this second.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
hey, what's up?
We got number one fan, Dia, coming into the podcast. I love it. I love it.
That was legit.
What you get?
No, it's funny. I thought I actually locked the door too.
Good
Hot
thing you were
chocolate bolillo.
masturbating.
Ooh, hot chocolate and bolillo?
And there's hot chocolate right there.
Show it for the video.
Ooh.
Oh,
Can
so
you
right now,
see-
Eggers,
You see a steam?
Eggers
That's
showing
good.
some hot chocolate to the
Oh,
camera.
Oh my god, look at it.
That's
Oh, God,
delicious.
That looks really
So
good.
warm.
I need to switch to hot chocolate and at night. I have
At
sometimes
night?
I'll have a coffee at night or an espresso at night. And
And you're up till 5.
no bueno. Oh, by the way, we got some chatters in the Twitch. I just saw K Zoner and Dark.
Oh, number one fan, K Zunder, and number one fan, Dark 905, saying I'm on my way. You saw the hot chocolate.
Saw the hot chocolate.
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah, no, it would be a good idea to switch because I could switch to tea, but I don't know.
The caffeine just keeping you up until 3 a.m. at 7
I
o'clock.
need a little bit, like un poquito, like just a taste. I need
Just a
like
smidge.
I need to lick the coffee once and then throw the rest away.
Like, you need that 5 o'clock nap that is dangerous that could turn into
For 2
super late.
days.
Yeah, that way you could stay up for the rest of the night pretty energized, and that way you're not with coffee or tea or any caffeine in you.
I did that today. I took a 4 o'clock nap, but I woke up at
Yeah.
4:30 a.m. So I'm trying to get back.
Okay.
Mm.
Is your sleep schedule all just fucked up now, or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to wrangle it. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Hey, slow down. Like, I'm like staying up for no fucking reason. Like I have like no reason at all.
we gotta
There's no
Apex
reason.
till 3 a.m, son. Come on. We gotta
Yeah.
watch random conspiracy theory videos at 2:30 in the morning.
No, can't do it.
5G towers, look, 5G.
The clouds are lies.
Can we talk about
Oh.
the conspiracies, please?
There are no such thing as pigeons.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
shared-
such thing as pigeons.
they're all 5G pigeons. They're all 5G carriers. They're satellites for the elite. So the theory is going around that 5G is causing COVID-19, and then somebody finally posted in the most succinct way, I think it was either Instagram or Twitter, that there are 184 countries that have COVID-19, and there's 5 that have 5G towers. Why the fuck would you idiots think that 5G is causing
But
COVID-19?
where did it start, Slug? It started in those 5 countries and spread. Boom, roasted.
So
And anyways,
So no, it doesn't spread. We've had 5G for years. It's not new.
what are you talking about?
It's been in cities for like 5-6 years being tested.
The old 5G.
not
So
new.
some of the
It's
new.
not new 5G.
the new one. I'm sorry. It's codename C19. Oh wait.
Anyways, you guys want to talk about the video, huh?
Other videos.
Oh,
One chip
right.
challenge.
Yeah, so if you guys have been watching us and following us, and we actually got a lot of views on this video, surprisingly, because we're nobodies. We made a 1-chip challenge. We alluded to it a few episodes ago. We did the Pocky 1-chip challenge, which is
Yeah, fuck Fucky. That's my favorite quote of the thing. Fuck Fucky.
Dwayne with the F Pocky. Yeah, exactly. Let me hear. Say it louder so they hear in the back.
Say it with your chest.
And so we did a video. We put it up on YouTube, on our YouTube, Getting Belligerent. You can look us up. So we had to eat this chip, answer some questions and trivia, and try not to die. And I mean, go watch it, see how we experienced it. I don't know what you guys wanted to talk about. If
Spoiler, it hurt. It was
Very much.
spicy.
It was fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I had a great time.
So, what I want to know, guys. All right, so because the video shows the pain we went through at the time,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what did you guys go through after the cameras.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
the night of and the next day.
And the next
All right,
day.
so we're gonna jump.
So
Dwayne.
Well, I'm glad you asked me this because it's been something I want to talk
Did you try to forget the memory of it?
Yeah, it was bad. It was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. If you watch the video, you see I drink milk and I'm eating ice cream sandwiches to cope with the burning,
delicious.
right? Spice, which worked really well. But what I forgot to tell Edgar when he bought the stuff is that I'm lactose intolerant. That you should get like almond milk or something, that doesn't have lactate in it. And
you just took a lactate pill. You're good. You're doing fine.
I didn't prep. I didn't do anything. I should have done. And let me
I
tell
give
you,
you guys a heads up for like 2 weeks. It's happening on this day, and nobody said anything.
got a lot going on. But the combination of spice and dairy trying to digest in someone's stomach is not good. Bad. And things happen fast.
Yeah.
So your stomach was just a mess.
It was bad. I was bad for like a day and a half.
Damn.
Yeah. John the Phenomenon asks if we could have got soy milk, maybe.
I don't think it would have had the same effect, honestly.
Soy
It would
milk?
just been like
Yeah,
water.
soy milk doesn't attack the spice like fatty whole milk.
Well, I had the
You
same.
need that fat.
I had the same problem Dwayne had. I am also lactose intolerant to a point.
Yeah. We're lying. Aren't we all?
Yeah, I'm a little lactose intolerant too.
I mean, when you're in the middle of that pain, which kind of like sneaks up on you, like comes in just like you're like, I'm fine. And then 10 minutes later, you're not fine. You're willing to do what it takes, no matter how badly of an investment it is for your soul and your stomach. You're going to do what it takes to stop this pain. And yeah, I was chugging milk. I was eating ice creams. I was eating bread, tomatoes. I was just shoving just awful, just so much shit.
Whatever I can reach, just put it into
Bad.
Yeah.
fix it. Can you fix this? Can you fix this? Can you fix this?
Thank God for that honey.
All the honey, though. Like, all that combination of things. Like, a poor stomach.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I didn't have. I didn't have the honey.
Oh, the honey saved. Woo.
Honey was good.
I'll praise the honey.
I didn't try the hazelnut, and you said that worked, but
Hazelnut did work.
So I actually realized this when we were still at Percy's house when we were about to leave, that my stomach was like bubbling, like I was churning.
Yeah,
like it was like starting to churn like a little bit.
Yep.
And as I started to drive away, and it's about a 35-minute drive home, I thought to myself, should I have just waited around and let this sort itself out? Because I don't know if I'll have time to react and find a place to take care of this on the way home. But luckily I made it home, and things were going pretty well for about 10 minutes. And then I had this pressure build up in my stomach, and a pain that was the combination of the gross, the gases of the milk and everything combining with the spices of the ghost pepper and the Carolina Reaper pepper, just creating this poisonous spicy gas.
I'm just thinking, when they show in cartoons a witch brewing her in her cauldron and shit. I just think
it disintegrates when you stir it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly what it is.
And
same thing. On the way home, I just had that weird
kind of a movie.
yeah, it was like Stand By Me with Lardass.
Dumb and Dumber, where he pours the stuff into his hot cocoa.
Just screaming.
Yeah, the castor oil.
Yeah.
And there was the point where I felt like I might throw up, but I didn't want to, because I knew how much that burned going down. I didn't want to throw that up.
Yeah, I didn't think about throwing it up and the spice coming back up.
Yeah.
Round 2, let's go.
I was getting nauseous, and I was getting I was trying to focus on not throwing up for most of the first hour that I was home. and I was actually like right down here on the floor, just in like in fetal position, almost crying, super mad at Edgar. I was so fucking mad at Edgar for coming up with this idea. I was pissed. I was like, and I was just like, I fucking hate him so much.
It feels so good.
I can't believe
yeah, say it. Keep on saying
I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital. I was in so much pain.
Are you serious?
And I had nobody around except Edwin, and I think he was playing Apex, and I didn't want to bother him. And then eventually I mean, is anybody? I know what happens next, but I don't know. Does anybody else want to talk about their experience before we get to the next part?
Before we get to that part, yeah.
So when after you guys left, like my stomach was like again, like you guys bubbling. I'm like, it hurt, but I'm like, I'm good. I'm all right.
We all
and I laid down in bed, and then I just got gassy, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. So I'm burping and I'm farting, and the burps suck because the burps is just that awful taste. And I'm farting, and I'm like, sorry, babe, it's gonna be a rough night for you too. Like, oh, man.
I can't believe you guys were in the same room after that. I would not. I would have been like, I'm in the living room. I'm sorry, or you're in the living room.
And she's like, why did you do it? I'm like, look, it's content, all right.
It's content. Smell the content.
Enjoy it.
We get the dragon farts.
And then around 3 a.m,
oh, that dragon fart.
I wake up with my stomach just goes. I'm like, oh no, and I'm thinking, all right, it's diarrhea time. Go to the bathroom, no diarrhea, more freaking gas, and I'm just like, I'm sitting
building
there
up. It's the prelude.
yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, and I'm thinking, I'm already like, this is gonna suck later. Like I already know this is not gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, y'all, I could say we all. Oh, Edgar, do you wanna?
Oh, I said I just had the bubble guts, and I was just chilling at home, and I think someone mentioned right after we did it, like I'm gonna stay up for like the next 3 hours now because
It's probably me.
When we recorded, it was probably like at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night. By the time we finished, so we each get home like around 11:30ish, and I'm like sitting at my desk just like watching YouTube, thinking about life and like everything that just happened, and that's when everything that came for me. I was like, I'm not sleepy at all.
I was super tired, and I was getting really frustrated like a little kid. Like I couldn't, because I really wanted to go to sleep. I was so tired. And I was like, I was angry and frustrated. Yeah, I was just not. Yeah, so
just cussing Edgar. Damn you, Edgar.
Yeah, I'm gonna link the video in the chat for anybody that hasn't seen it. But I can't remember if I took my first shit the night of or the next day. But whenever it was, I probably blacked out from the pain.
Yeah.
It was the worst shit of my life. Hands down, easy.
Yep.
First place by a mile.
Yep.
I had never felt that before.
I got burned a hole in my asshole.
We lost Spain. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
For me, I think I didn't go like that first half of the day of the next day, and then when I went, like just like you guys, I felt the burn. Everything was, like you mentioned, probably the worst boom I've ever gone. but then the worst part for me after that is when I went and sat back down. I was like, it just burned. It's like sitting. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, I just like try to adjust myself, and I'm like, okay, we're good, we're fine.
Oh man!
But throughout the next, I think at least 2 days, I just felt like just wrong with my stomach. Yep. I kept on having those noises come out throughout the whole time.
Mm.
Yeah.
For me, the first poop wasn't bad. My morning poop was like, all right, a little bit, wasn't too bad. But that second one, Jesus. I sat there in that rocking motion. I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? Just rocking back and forth. and my third one, it finally come up. But that second one, it's still like it haunts me. But I'll tell you this, Edgar. Remember the time we went to the bowling alley and I stupidly had that sauce?
Yeah.
This was not as bad because the other one wrecked my stomach for my whole weekend was ruined, and this one didn't, which I'm super glad because I was able to eat with this one. But when I had the other spice, anything I ate, it just to the bathroom. Like I was ruined for the entire weekend with the other spice. But because I feel this chip is actually it's all natural. It's just basically Carolina Reaper and what was the other one?
I don't even know. I didn't look
Whatever.
into it.
Yeah, but it's actual spices. The one we had at the bowling alley had that stupid was just straight spice.
It was chemically engineered and shit, right?
Yeah.
But you only had one chip. You gotta remember that too. You literally had like, I don't know, like a gram of it, like whatever that.
Well, the other was the back of a spoon.
Yeah, you didn't have that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it destroyed me.
Oh, they fed you poison. It was just rat poison.
Probably.
It was just rat poison. Spice on there. Well,
yeah, but that's basically what I told everybody. A lot of people have seen the challenge. Number one fan just said, shaking my head, why the challenge was hilarious, but be nice to your booty holes. Is that what she said? Yeah.
but be nice to your booty holes.
I was not nice. This is like worse than I've never been to jail, but you know.
Whoa.
I'm gonna imagine it's not much better.
Any final words on the hat?
Well, I guess what I was trying to say was that I've had a lot of people who have said like, "Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to try that."
I've had people think, "Oh, I can do that." No.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I haven't in good conscience been able to like suggest it to people because it's not even the experience, the spicy part that's the worst. It's really just kind of that you're out for like a day and a half. So it's always like, hey, if you're gonna do it, I did not condone this. I did not support this. Do not get mad at me when you do it because you saw me do it. Okay, I'm just putting that out there for anybody that watches the video. Okay, that just fucking saying that shit because I don't want to get blamed for anything. B, make sure you have the next day available to just sit around and suffer. That's it. Do not have anything to do because you're not gonna have a good time.
Number one fan Dark Knight in the chat says send in submissions of people doing it. Yeah, if you go ahead and do it, go ahead. Film it and send it to me.
It's on y'all.
I'm down. I want to see that.
We'll show you on the podcast. Okay, you know what? Go do it. No, I want you to do it. Go fucking do it.
You don't have my consent, but go do it.
Kenny Bridges is not responsible for anything that happens after you eat a chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, Percy's a lawyer.
Any final words on the cheap?
When are we doing it again?
Well, it's not again. We have to elevate. Let's go harder next time. We got to do the same
I'm
thing
not
again.
2-chip challenge
for content. Nope. Never again.
I don't know. Maybe we can get suggestions from our listeners, but
Eating anything gross. I'm not doing any of that shit. Nope.
I do miss seeing you guys. I really can't wait to make more content in person. I know we're still doing stuff online. We're doing our Jackbox nights and our video game nights, and we're trying to stay active in creating content using this technology, like everybody else is. But it's definitely not the same.
We got a heroin challenge in the chat.
We're gonna shoot up garlic and needles.
I was talking about this the other day. Like, how fucking good must heroin be, right? If like people or you might die, but you're like, fuck it, I'm fucking down for heroin. like
the hard sell.
What point do you have to get to be like, yeah, let's fucking go. Like, yeah, I'm fucking down. And like, but then you get to the point of like, you can't even find veins anymore. Like, do this shit between your toes. Like, wait a minute.
It's like Louis C.K's joke about child molesters. About how it must be really, really good to them.
To them.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying to them because they know that they're going to go to jail and they're going to be pariahs in the community and their lives are over, but they still do it.
I think it's worth
to
it.
them.
That took a turn.
Well, we talking about Tinder for Corona and fucking. This is nothing new. Child molestation. What else?
We are reading your comments. If you guys want to give us a subject to talk about, shout it out. How long have we been going? Where are we at? Damn, we're only at 30 minutes. Oof.
Yeah. So this past weekend was WrestleMania.
And my God.
Then forever.
My God.
Forever.
Now, quick disclaimer: I'm not a big wrestling fan. I'm probably the least in the bunch.
And I don't follow it,
I actually enjoy.
but I like it.
I don't follow it, but I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a person who doesn't like baseball, but is down to go to a Dodger game.
Appreciates the athleticy and the things of baseball
and the micheladas.
Yeah.
So so we all watched it together on Discord.
Yeah.
And talked and had a conversation. It was actually really fun. I had a good time. It was really fun.
Yeah, you wouldn't have watched like on your own, but since we were watching it like together on Discord, it was like I feel it was like way more enjoyable for you.
Yeah. And I was posting GIFs and like doing like winners announcements and anyways, that's enough about me.
So this WrestleMania was special because of the first time they're not doing it in front of a crowd. They didn't have that energy of like fucking 50,000 people just yelling and screaming and doing all sorts of crazy chants. Because that's honestly.
Well, hold on, real quick. For the non-wrestling fans, like talk about or sort of paint the landscape for where we're at in sports and entertainment and what they decided to do.
Sure. So right now, since Corona is affecting everything out there, it's canceled everything, right? It's canceled basketball, baseball, hockey, lacrosse, checkers. It's canceled everything. So right now, since wrestling is sports entertainment, it's not real sports. They're not canceling because there's still a show. It's fucking X-Files. I don't know. For sure, looking at mine.
It's a show.
Yeah. So somehow they're allowed to get away with still filming and getting away with all these things right now, like being close to someone that's like breathing hard and sweating and could possibly have the virus. But they're like, fuck it, let's go. we can still put on the show.
I'm sure they've all been tested, right?
So, but leading up to WrestleMania, there's always like long storylines building up to WrestleMania, as in, oh, this guy's been hating this guy for the past 3 months, and leading up to it, there was news articles of people just dropping out of it because they were afraid they were going to get contaminated, or they probably had a fever at some point, and they're like, nope, I'm not going to go and spread it to everyone else. So all these matches that have been building up that had to be changed like super last minute. Like there was a one that got changed like day of probably. And something else that's new to WrestleMania is that a lot of this was pre-recorded. As in WrestleMania is a huge super event in front of thousands of people. They say it's just as big as the Super Bowl, and I don't believe, but maybe, I don't know.
To the people in the building, it is.
Yeah. So with all this happening, they pre-recorded a bunch of stuff. I guess they did that just to like not have everyone there at the same time. Just to not have fucking 50 different wrestlers wrestling in one arena. Mm-hmm. So they split it into 2 days, and they made matches leading up to it that changed on the fly. So with all that happening, still, I feel like this was probably one of the best ones, honestly. I had a blast overall. There was things here and there I didn't like, but overall, I was thoroughly sports entertained.
Yeah.
Tell me about The no one's been able to describe it to me, but there was like some ridiculous match.
Whew. All right, we'll get to that one. Oh, shit.
That no one can explain to me. Who was it? It was is it AJ Styles? Well, no, it wasn't
An
AJ.
Undertaker.
So
that was one of the ridiculous ones.
that was one.
Yeah, that was just one of them. That
Or
was
the Matt Hardy
that was
one.
day one.
One was like it was described to me as a cinematic experience. I'm like, what?
it was a cinematic fight. So you know, like a Steven Seagal movie, and like when it has like all the people like around you, and you're like you throw a punch and you hear the fucking big ass loud like hit on the person from the sound effect. And imagine that, but just replace it with wrestlers.
Like for a whole match.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this one was a boneyard match between AJ Styles and The Undertaker. These two guys have never met in the ring and have been super famous all over the world. So the way they did it is they recorded all this outside of the Performance Center. Oh, so they did WrestleMania in the Performance Center, super small place with nobody there. This match, just thinking about this match is so stupid. So the whole point of this match, it's like the Buried Alive match or a casket match or any of those bullshit Undertaker matches that they always change the name of.
Mhm.
They were pretty much just fighting all over this graveyard.
Yeah. That was happenstance, like well lit.
Yeah, just everything's so well lit. Fucking, you see like a hearse come out and it's playing like Undertaker's theme, and you're like all into it. Like, all right, this is pretty interesting. Casket comes out of the back, and then AJ Styles pops out of a casket and it starts playing his music. I don't know. He's like, that wasn't so bad. Hey, what's up, guys? All like super happy and excited to be there. So then he's like, where's Undertaker? Where is he? Is he right now? And you hear a motorcycle off in the distance, and AJ Styles like, he's coming. I can hear him. It pans to like a drone shot of like Undertaker going down the road, and they start playing Metallica in the background. I don't even remember what song it is, but it's playing all the background till he gets there. So then once he gets there, they start just talking shit to each other. AJ Styles and Undertaker. Hey, what's up, dead man? Just shit like that. So it sounds like that, but they keep on going, like raising the stakes. Like druids come out pretending to go against the Undertaker, and AJ Styles' homies are there. They get on the roof of a barn at some point.
What about the fire?
The fire?
Undertaker lifts up his arms and fucking fire pops out of the back.
Undertaker gets buried. He comes back behind AJ Styles. AJ Styles starts running. There's fire. There's fucking. My favorite part. I think you say this part. After AJ Styles gets buried, there's a hand with AJ Styles' glove coming out of the dirt, just sitting there.
It's so bad.
It was great. I fucking loved it.
It was
After watching it, at first I was like, "What am I watching?" But then I remember, you know what? Just accept it.
Just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. And I was cracking up every time. Like when when the AJ gets thrown off the roof of the barn, like the angles, and like you get the right angle, and he gets like, so it looks like he got dropped from fucking way higher than he did. Yeah, how dramatic, the fire, and then when Undertaker, right as Undertaker leaves, his logo pops up, gets laserly,
like it's getting lasered onto the barn.
Yeah, onto the barn, and as he drives away, the barn like explodes, right? Just fire going up, and he rides off into the dark.
Fire explodes.
Rides up into the darkness. Great match, 100 stars, but good.
My favorite comment is they found a way to milk Undertaker for another 10 years.
Yeah, because he's been a big deal since we were kids. That's insane.
Yeah.
The guy's had quite a career.
Well, think about it. So his WrestleMania streak, that was like 21-0. So that's 21 years of WrestleMania where he went undefeated. Undefeated. Like, I like the quotation marks, undefeated.
Right. Because we all know
it's not fake. It's predetermined, all right?
Yeah. Wrestling is real, but the outcome is predetermined.
Mhm.
Okay, so saw what you saw in the you guys what you guys saw, Edgar. Would you want to see more matches like this from the Undertaker moving forward, or you're like, you know what, end it here, we're good?
I would want him to end it now, because he's been doing this forever. So if this is where he would have left it, leaves it, I'm good. Go be merry and live the rest of your life.
You don't need to leave your gloves in the middle of the ring anymore.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
8th time.
No, for reals this time.
For reals.
Really quitting.
Yeah, a bunch of matches happened night one. They were all mostly decent. There was some here and there. I'm trying to look up the match card just to see what was night one.
What did you think of
Two nights.
KO?
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
2 separate days.
Yeah, it was tonight. What did you think of a KO, Seth?
It was okay. It just had a really good spot.
Yeah, as always.
So between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, they had their regular fight. Kevin Owens Seth Rollins gets disqualified. Kevin Owens wins. Seth Rollins runs away with the belt. Wait, belt? No belt?
No belt.
So Seth Rollins just wins, and Kevin Owens goes, "No, that's not this is not how I want this to end. You want your WrestleMania moment? Come over and beat me in a no disqualification match." So they already went pretty long, like 20 minutes probably, right? And then they went like another extra 10 minutes with no DQ. So they had the big ass WrestleMania sign there next to the ring, or around the ring. So Kevin Owens ended up climbing the sign and jumping onto Seth Rollins onto the table, and that was actually a pretty good spot. I had a good time with watching that part.
A little spot. But other than that, let's talk about the other amazing match from night 2. You want the detail, Edgar?
So, Dwayne, did you hear about the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt versus John Cena?
The what?
The Firefly Funhouse.
Firefly Funhouse.
Mm-hmm. That's Bray Wyatt as the Fiend, and that's his new gimmick.
I know his new gimmick.
Yeah, the Pee Wee Herman Horror House. That's the easiest way to describe it. So, the way they set up this match is John Cena and Bray Wyatt have had a long history. John Cena beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania a couple years ago, and they're using that as one of the story points. So you destroyed me back then, and now you turned me into this thing. You're the reason I am the way I am now. So John Cena somehow gets put into the Firefly Funhouse, and then he goes through a door. And once he goes through that door, they start going through John Cena's career. They start going through moments of his career. So it's Bray Wyatt out in the ring, acting like Kurt Angle, and they're splitting in Kurt Angle segments of going, if anyone back there wants to challenge me, you come out here and face me. So John Cena, you see him come out from the side. First, the giant SmackDown fist is in the background from the stage.
Back.
Oh, that's right.
And then John Cena comes out in his fucking booty shorts, his super short shorts, and he goes up to the ring. And Bray Wyatt goes, "Do you have what it takes to be the new? Oh no, what do you have to be the new person in charge here?" And he says, "Ruthless aggression." And he tries to punch Bray Wyatt, and nothing happens because Bray Wyatt disappears and he misses.
Oh my god!
And it's ridiculous. So it's just moment after moment like that with little tidbits that to any fan of any fan of wrestling that has seen wrestling for the past 20 years would appreciate all of this. They go into WCW NWO things. They go into there's a point where they mention Nikki Bella, but now really it's just Bray Wyatt singing "You Can Look But You Can't Touch."
Oh, looking great.
They go into Saturday Night Main Events with acting as Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Bray Wyatt and John Cena are acting like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. There's so many just little tidbits here and there, and you're like, "Oh, this is good. Oh, that's good. Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what this means.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like 15 minutes. It's long. Like all these like little segments going and there's a point where Bray Wyatt is acting as Eric Bischoff, introducing Hulk Hogan / John Cena into the NWO. He's like, introducing the coolest guy I know, John Cena. And John Cena comes out in NWO gear with a WCW belt that's spray painted NWO playing air guitar. It is magical, Dwayne. It's so amazing.
Walks into the ring, they too sweet.
Man, they're too sweet when they walk. Woo.
Oh my god!
It was definitely like an ode to the fan. I mean, nostalgia 101.
Yeah, like I know that Slunk doesn't know like all the wrestling history that we know, but even like at least I feel like Slunk was having a good time watching this craziness unfold.
Yeah, I recognize like 10% of it.
So I'm like I'm explaining to Slunk throughout the whole thing. All right, Slunk, this means this because of this and this.
While it's happening, like it's like live. I'm getting the commentary, the lowdown. I'm getting the YouTube track, like the soundtrack.
Yeah, so during that John Cena Kurt Angle part, I'm like, all right, Ruthless Aggression was a moment in WWE history where John Cena first gets introduced and he then takes over. Like I'm like trying to explain as quick as I can because there's so many things happening.
He was like a museum tour guide. It was great. It was wonderful.
He would have got lost immediately.
Oh yeah, I would have been like, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like that girlfriend who goes, I don't get it.
Yeah. It's just Bray Wyatt singing a weird song. I don't understand what this means.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, whether that's the guy that's the girl that John Cena was gonna get married to, and then like that's her theme song.
I appreciated it much more as a casual viewer, like that they were able to tie so much together and have this character go through like his biggest fears, and he was being driven by the person that he was in a match with, which was so they're supposed to wrestle.
There was
did they ever get to wrestle? I forgot to ask.
There was very little wrestling.
He did the man. Is it mankind?
Yeah, he does the mandible claw and just puts his fingers down his throat, which is probably unsafe in Corona times.
Yeah. Well, he was wearing gloves. He was wearing
Corona
gloves.
rules were broken during
no Corona rules at WrestleMania. No Corona rules, really? We haven't seen one of those in months.
Yeah, it's Dark Sage 9117 says I give WWE credit for doing WrestleMania as they did. I understand everyone liked it and not everyone thought it was good, and not everyone thought it was good, but WWE did their best with a bad situation. But I do wonder if they ran in Raymond James Stadium, what would have been different or changed?
Yeah, because it was supposed to be in Florida at the Buccaneers. Yeah, so they had a whole pirate theme, and it was gonna be. They had people were speculating that there's gonna be like a big pirate ship gonna be there, and it's gonna be like all these crazy things. So that's one of the cool things that I really.
That Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady would have been there. You're right.
Oh shit! And we forgot about Gronk the host.
Oh yeah,
Gronk
Gronk the 24/7 champ.
To tie this to reality, one of the hosts for most of it was Gronk. Gronkowski. Was Gronkowski? Was his? That's all I know him as is Gronk.
He's Gronk, right?
Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Newest WWE signee, Gronk, right?
He'd be really bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't have anything against the guy, but
he was happy as fuck. I was speculating that he paid for all this with his like Super Bowl money because he was having a good fucking time. It was like his show, and then he ended up being the 24. What is it? What is it called?
24/7 champ.
24/7 champ.
24/7.
Yeah,
it's like the new hardcore.
He retired early for
all
this.
the time. Living the dream, man.
Yeah, it's that was fun to watch. I did like the match. So there was a match with God damn it, I'm not a wrestling fan, which is awful.
So I'm
gonna describe it. But it was the one with the guy who was supposed to go on a date with
Otis and Dolph
Ziggler.
Yeah, Otis and Dolph
Bastard
Ziggler.
Match of the year, match of the decade,
WrestleMania moment.
Actually, storyline of the decade. Matches, whatever.
So, do you want to go through that so I don't fuck it up? Because I will.
Sure, no problem. I'll give the quick recap. There was a whole storyline based off of Otis liking Mandy Rose.
I know this one.
Yeah, so he went off and asked her on a date Valentine's Day. Otis is a big hunky piece of man meat, you know. He's a big dude. He's part of a team called Heavy Machinery. Big bushy beard, long hair. Not your typical, you know, Shawn Michaels, Dolph Ziggler, you know. Not the hottie, not the Scotty 2 hotties, you know, of the world. So he's asking Mandy Rose on a date for Valentine's Day. She says yes.
Backstabbery happening.
Yeah, some hijinks occurred. Date doesn't happen. Turns out Dolph Ziggler went on a date with her, and that's why yeah, fuck Dolph Ziggler, fucking messing up my boy like that. So they go.
Otis' heart gets broken.
Oh my god! Just seeing that poor boy's heart.
He walks in on this date that he's been looking forward to his for a long time, and he goes and he shows up and she's at a table with somebody else.
Well, this all builds up into a WrestleMania match, and it gets revealed that it was Mandy Rose's homie and Dolph Ziggler planning all this shit out to get him off of this date. Mm-hmm. So what was the thing that you liked about this match, Slunk?
Well, it was a good match. I'm trying to remember because I know it was a little back and forth. And there was a point where we were watching the match thinking like that Dolph might win it. I think there was Otis did his like finishing move. What's it called?
The not the worm, the caterpillar.
Is that what they call it? The caterpillar? And he gets interrupted. He gets interrupted and he gets distracted. So you think this is gonna be like one for the heel. Yeah, you're like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna fucking do it. But then he still ends up turning it around and saving the day.
Yeah, Mandy Rose comes out.
So it's the unlikely hero gets to be a hero and gets his love and they kiss and it's nice. It was funny. It was really
beautiful WrestleMania moment.
One of my favorite comments I saw online is once they kissed. Is really? You're gonna do that right now? And then when we're doing it with all this right now, just kissing someone?
In this climate? Yeah, that was fun to watch.
There was some fun moments. Probably like the most boring part for me was Randy Orton Edge. The disappointing.
It just took too long.
Yeah, they went all over the Performance Center and it was like, all right, just get on with it. There was a pretty cool moment when they went into that conference room with a cage on top of the conference room. It's like it's a wall like of cage up there for some reason. So Edge hangs onto this cage upside down, and Randy Orton's laying on this table.
On the conference table.
Yeah, on the conference table. And Edge just lets him go and just goes like 2 feet.
Elbow drops him from 2 feet.
Like, oh no, that must have hurt so much.
The part that made me laugh was the cameraman that just falls, and then another cameraman has to fucking run across. You see the camera shaking, and he's running through.
So there's one point where I forget who. I don't know if Edge gets thrown into the cameraman or
one of them do.
They get thrown, and the cameraman eats shit. Like you just see the camera go boom, like right on the lens, and then they cut to another cameraman because this guy's down. I don't know what happened to him, but he's not getting up. And then you see the other cameraman, like he's just running through the hallway trying to get back to the action.
It's like Blair Witch just fucking shaking.
Yeah, that was funny.
We were like, at that time, there must have been like a big cut right there to make this.
Yeah, I don't know if that was part of the plan. It worked out great. It was funny. It just felt like, for me, it felt like they were playing towards Reddit. It was almost like we're doing this for the Reddit thread. Everything that we're going to do here is for the Reddit thread. We're going to satisfy our fans as best we can. And the Reddit thread was having a good time with with describing all the moaning that was going on. That was really fun too.
Both of the women's matches and even some of the guys, but that first women's match, like Charlotte and Shayna Baszler, was it them? So it was them two just going at it, but they were just screaming fucking ridiculously, as in like, ooh, well, I think it was like saying, I'm glad I have headphones on.
Yeah, because people probably think I'm watching lesbian porn.
It was just yelling so bad, like you really do need the crowd noise to drown all of this out, like to make this a whole thing. It's like remember back in the day with Mankind, whenever he would like get in like trouble and like he'd be like, yeah, he just does those noises all the time. But it was that just so like weird, just coming out like all the women out there.
Yeah, without the crowd noise, and then you can hear like the trash talk a little clearer, and you get. I was actually like, I got super hyper focused on the refs.
Yeah, I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah, just because there's nothing else to look at, and it was interesting. It felt like amateur hour because of the setting, but yeah, it was really interesting. It was just fun to see. It was fun to see them do it, and again, as a non-wrestling fan, but as a person who just likes entertainment, like it was you had to appreciate what they did. They pushed it. They just went forward with what they had to do to entertain people.
Yeah, but on the show,
they were like, we might lose. I'm sure that they thought like we might lose money. This might be a big risk, but we're gonna take it, and they did. So what?
For them, it's absolutely worth it for them to take that risk right now. There's nothing on. Like,
I think that was one of the biggest things to make them decide to keep on going is that because nothing's on, everyone's gonna tune in.
Absolutely.
So Dark Sage 9117 says, I think WWE should go back to Tampa for WrestleMania 38. I know next year is in California, but I think Tampa deserves a second chance to host the WrestleMania. They never had the chance to do it this time around.
2-night WrestleMania, one in Tampa, one in Hollywood. Coast to coast.
Why are you working for the WWE?
Yeah, let's go. Put me in there, coach.
Yeah, that was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the hours spent with the friends on Discord. So
it's just because it's a thing we usually do all the time too. Is that we always go over to Percy's house and we watch like the big four events. Yeah. And this time we're like, well, what are we gonna do this time? So we decided to watch it and get on Discord. Just do it all together. Do the same thing that we were gonna do anyways.
Yeah. Well, God bless them because they did it for you guys and me on the periphery.
Did it for the Mickey.
They did it for the people.
I did it for the Rock.
I did it for the Rock.
Look at that, here, Slunk.
All right, guys. We're coming up on the hour, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks again for listening to us this week. Ramble on about things and stuff. You can find us on gettingbelligerent.com. You can email us gettingbelligerent@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter. Now we're on Twitch. Now we're on a bunch of stuff. We're everywhere. Mixer, YouTube,
everywhere. You can't escape us.
We're like COVID. No, we're not.
You better shelter in place.
COVID podcast.
Go watch the video.
Yeah,
go watch the video as many times as you can.
Yeah, go watch the video, please, and leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you again. We appreciate it. This is Slunk,
Dwayne,
Percival,
Edgar. I put it the wrong way to Dwayne. I was like, "Where's Dwayne?"
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.